My business is diving, but sometimes I feel as if it's explosives. I've had my share of them underwater. I had some bad moments rescuing a boy trapped in a cave with a toy that he found. A time bomb. I scared myself to death carrying cans of nitroglycerin for a demolition job. Carefully packed, but as sensitive as delicate crystal. I've had to disarm a free-floating mine tangled in kelp, corroded but still lethal. But a sunken vessel lying peacefully on the bottom of a Caribbean harbor gave me the most frightening experience that I've ever had. It was a time bomb, set to blow up an entire city. I came to San Felipe in response to a frantic cable from an old friend, Dr. Jim Felton. A munitions ship had been sabotaged by revolutionaries a few hours ago. At any moment, it might blow up the entire harbor. They needed an expert diver immediately.
Mike, I'm glad to see you.
Nice to see you.
This is Captain Vargas of the police.
Captain?
This is Mike Nelson, the friend I was telling you about. I'll brief you as quickly as possible.
Oh, you don't have to do that. The driver's already filled me in.
Oh, good.
But, what I don't know is why. What do they hope to gain?
There's a small group, radicals mostly, who were defeated in the last election. So now they're trying force to gain power. They have set time fuses to the dynamite. And unless the Presidente allows them a majority in the council, they're going to let it explode.
Well, why don't you just evacuate the area and let it explode?
Senor Nelson, this is the capital of San Felipe and our only seaport.
The harbor and the government would be destroyed.
Is that much dynamite?
50 tons.
We have approximately 100,000 people living here. We sounded the alarm and some have evacuated. But the rest we cannot get out in time.
There is no telling what havoc such an underwater explosion might do. It could cause thousands of deaths.
Who's he?
Luis Hoyo, one of the saboteurs. My men captured him when he telephoned the Presidente with the ultimatum.
Does he know when the dynamite's going to go off?
Yes, he does. But he won't talk.
Where is that ship?
Right in the middle of the harbor.
Mike, this isn't your country and it isn't mine. But I have a great feeling of loyalty for these people. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I know that no amount of money could pay you for a job like this. But I can't think of anything else.
Well, I can. A nice stretch of beach in Miami that I just left. Okay, Jim. I'll get my gear.
Senor Nelson, this good luck charm has helped me many times. Please take it with you.
Thanks.
Mike, forgive me for getting you into this mess. I wouldn't have blamed you if you turned me down.
Well, you seem to be pretty sure it's not going to blow until the night.
Truthfully, we can't be sure of anything until you investigate. Buena suerte.
Captain Vargas had given me the bearings of the sunken ship, but it still might be difficult to find. I was lucky. I was right on top of it. The Angelina rested peacefully on the bottom like many other sunken vessels that I'd seen, except that this one was a huge time bomb. The first thing to do was to send up a buoy to mark the location. I needed to locate the dynamite and determine how it was rigged. Angelina. I wondered if that word was derived from angel. I hoped that I wasn't going to see one on this trip. I tried to keep myself from asking, what am I doing here? I had to keep clearly in mind that this harmless-looking ship contained 50 tons of time-fused dynamite. I couldn't find anything suspicious. Was this whole thing an empty bluff? Suddenly, I saw some insulated wire leading into a cabin. Now was the time to be extra cautious. The saboteurs may have expected an inquisitive diver and set booby traps. Even in the war, I don't remember seeing so much explosives in one small place. Detonating wires were leading in many directions. I would have cut them, but that might in itself trigger the explosion. My biggest problem was that the timing devices were probably scattered around the ship. It was impossible to determine how the dynamite was rigged and whether booby traps were set. The danger was too great. I couldn't go this alone, blind. There was nothing to do but tell Captain Vargas and Jim that their worst fears were justified.
Well, I found one of the charges. The dynamite's rigged, all right. And I was afraid to do anything about it. It's a pretty complicated setup. Hoyo is our only chance, if we can get him to talk.
We'll get him to talk. Tráiganlo! I have seen this country through 2 civil wars and several tyrants. For the first time in San Felipe's history, we have an honest democratic government, and we're making progress. And now you and a handful of crazed radicals are attempting to destroy what we have already built.
They tell me that the Presidente is false, that the council is out for its own gain.
Do you believe that?
I don't know. I follow orders. I don't know what to think.
Think of the people you will kill, Luis.
For the last time, are you going to help us?
I cannot.
Very well. You have a family, don't you?
Yes.
They are hiding in the hills, aren't they?
You would not harm them.
No. But we know exactly where they are, and we will notify them of your fate.
What do you mean?
Unless you speak now, we'll take you out on a rowboat and drop anchor right over the dynamite. Well? Llévenselo.
I think he's carrying things a little too far.
You don't understand these people, Mike. It's the only thing that'll work. But don't worry. It's just a bluff.
engine set to go off.
5 o'clock tonight.
How ironic. There's a cannon up on that hill, and they fire it every day at 5 o'clock as the flag is lowered. It's a salute to the democracy.
Yeah? It'll be nothing compared to this salute, unless we do something about it. Let's get those handcuffs off them.
I was surprised to learn that Hoyo was a skin diver himself. He even volunteered to help me locate and inactivate the detonators. This was too easy. They seemed to have changed skins. We had arrived at the rigged ship. I just hoped my guide was as wary of the danger as I was, because it was only an hour and a few minutes till whoom. Hoyo had explained that there were 5 detonators and that they were booby-trapped. But they would be safe if disarmed in the right order. I prayed that he was right. The first detonator was behind the life preserver. I disarmed it by cutting the wires with a clipper. 1 down, 4 to go. Less than 40 minutes remained until the explosion. We still had 4 detonators to find and disconnect. Hoyo led me back to the cabin where the explosives were kept. He thought that was where number 2 detonator was. He didn't seem certain of the exact spot. I was underwater on a sabotaged ship, loaded with 50 tons of dynamite. It was time-fused to explode in less than an hour. My unwilling diving partner, one of the saboteurs, had left me there helpless.
What is it?
I'm not sure. It seems that one of them is coming back on the launch.
He's gone under again. What do you make of it?
The more I struggled, the more tightly wedged in I became. Hoyo hadn't run out. He had found a crowbar, but I couldn't tell whether he was going to kill me or save me with it. He didn't seem to be sure himself.
Minutes. Estación número 1. Habla el capitán Vargas. Sí, comprendo. Estamos haciendo todo lo posible por desconectarlos. Bien. ¿Cómo? Vaya, me alegro. Gracias. I assure the council we're attempting to inactivate all the fuses. They're scouring the hills for the remaining saboteurs and think they will find them in a few hours.
That won't help here.
No. Our fate is in Senor Nelson's hands. Jim, it is my duty to be here. You don't have to risk your life.
As long as Mike is out there, I'll stay here.
Hoyo had saved my life, but he had been mistaken about the second detonator. We found it hidden in a ventilator funnel. I checked my watch and realized that Hoyo would soon be out of air. The third one was in the captain's cabin. Hoyo pointed out the wires concealed in the floor. I traced them to a corner. We quickly disconnected the third detonator. As we left the captain's cabin, I noticed Hoyo didn't look right. He was showing signs of fatigue. He was having trouble clearing his mask. I couldn't waste any time, but I'd still have to take him to the surface. We had very little time left, and Hoyo looked in a bad way. If he couldn't show me or tell me where the last two detonators were, I'd never find them in time.
You gonna be able to make this dive with me? No, you're not going to be able to. Hoyo! Come on now. Tell me where those other fuses are located. Quickly, Hoyo! We only have a few more minutes left.
One of them, I think, is... It's 12 minutes to 5.
Come on, where?
Under the bow.
All right. The other one.
The last one is...
Hoyo, please, come on, Hoyo, tell me.
The last one is...
With only minutes remaining, and with two detonators left to cut, I had to dive back down to the Angelina alone. I traced another line along the rail, and there was the fourth detonator where Hoyo had said, under the bow.
Jim, Hoyer's bringing the launch in.
I was on my own as far as the fifth one was concerned. Hoyo had passed out before he was able to tell me. The detonator could be right under my nose, and I could still miss it. I knew if I could find it, if I had time. And that's just what I didn't have. In a few minutes, there wouldn't be any time left for the Angelina, or for me, or for the harbor.
How much time does he have? Seconds. It's 5 o'clock.
It looks...
Come on, look. Vayan en la lancha por señor Nelson, pronto. Muchas gracias, señor Nelson. Regreso a la cárcel y que le den de cenar.
Sí, Capitán. Oh, I gotta see that Hoyo gets a break. Among other things, he saved my life. Cap Vargas, I'd like to talk to you about Hoyo. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm a little jumpy, but...
It's a salute to a brave American. I arrange it, Senor Nelson. Double charge.
Well, thanks just the same. But if it's all the same to you, I prefer it without the sound effects. Hi, I'm Lloyd Bridges, inviting you to join us for another action-packed story of underwater adventure 1 week from today.